I think you keep reframing it in my mind too. And I can see if I was on your team, it's like you have to show them the bigger picture and how what they're doing makes a difference. And that's part of their mission then. And that's a beautiful example, right? Because, you know, if we go to a place like that and buy a salad, that is 20 minutes that maybe meant I had time to pick my own daughter up from dance, right? Where I couldn't before. And that's important for me to be there. And so it's just like, I love how you are bringing emotions into this and making it matter because, like, how important is that, right? Because the emotional side, like, whether it's B2C or B2B, if you're a contact center, no matter what side you fall on, emotions about why you're buying to begin with that product or service are super important on both sides of the equation. So, how important are emotions in the training and building the purpose and the mission behind and instilling that inside of your team?
Ultimately, that's a really good question. I mean, I can put it down to critical thinking. Hopefully I'm answering the question right. But, one of the things I focus on is fostering a team where critical thinking isn't just encouraged. Like I expect it out of them. Obviously we all have our frameworks, our standards, our scripts, all of that, but that's just one layer. I want them to understand the why we have this framework, why we have these standards, why we have these scripts. I want them to use all that, but also critically think on how the situation in front of them applies. And I'm not talking about bending the rules. I'm talking about there's always some discretion within our teams that they have when they're making decisions. I'm talking about that discretion specifically. And I want them to understand that with that discretion, the impact of their actions, both on the company and the customer. So, my goal, and I would mention this a lot, is to build up a team where they see themselves as contributors to the bigger mission. And that mindset is going to help them become problem solvers. And eventually they start seeing these situations and opportunities to shape better outcomes or find better ways of doing it. So ultimately, it also allows them to speak up as well, since they're the ones in the trenches metaphorically and often have those insights that data alone reveal. And I'm sure we can all relate to this, right? When we introduce a new project or a change to the company, most people's first reaction is going to be resistant. It's human nature. But if they understand the purpose of the change, how it relates to us improving the service or the experience, they're going to start seeing themselves as collaborators instead of critics. You're going to get that buy-in on the change, and the atmosphere is going to remain positive. And the better they understand the policy or the product, the process change, and since they understand how it's all going to relate to that overall picture, you're going to get less resistant. I'm a father of 3 kids, Steve. I love it when my kids follow the rules. It'd be great if they ate their vegetables, clean their room, call their grandparents, right? I haven't won every battle, but they are eating their vegetables on their own.
That's good.
Yeah, they want to stay healthy. That's the bigger picture, stay healthy, right? But, they're getting outside, right? After sitting in class all day and they're getting their exercise. They're even holding me accountable when they want to play and they see I've been sitting on the couch all day or too long, making bad choices. But the same goes for my team too, right? I want them to just not follow the rules, but also understand why we have them and to make decisions based on that align with that bigger picture. And when they do that, they start owning their own growth. They hold each other accountable as a team. And they even challenge me when they see a better way forward. I don't see that as a threat to leadership or take it personal. That's how you build leaders at every level. And when your team is thinking that way, Steve, the customer's going to feel it. You don't just get a scripted answer. They get somebody who's invested in creating best experience. And I can expect that from everybody in my department. And we hold each other to that high standard.